What helps you breathe well, and how can I protect that for you?
Breathe well, shit. I mean, my inhaler, for one.
You are so corny.
When you think about us in our early years, what moment best captures our bond?
When our senior year of high school, you guys won the championship at some super far away football field in like Souderton or something. And I remember like running down to the field and like being the most excited person ever. And it wasn't even like a win for me, but seeing you like glow and be so excited in a moment for you that meant a lot, and our friends like being like, Dana, it's not about you. And I was like, I know, but like he's so happy and I'm so excited. I think for me, that says a lot about our bond because we tend to celebrate each other's wins as if they're our own a lot of the time. And I think that's what I love the most about us is the fact that your win is my win is your win, and we celebrate each other to the fullest.
Similarly, I hate to pick my win, but I think when I won Homecoming King was another one, and I very vividly remember like because you got to dance with the queen. That was really awkward, but then like afterward, like me and you just had a big hug and like. You always make jokes about people saying like, oh, no one knew me before I started dating you. But it was like, everybody knew you was mine, like at that point. So that was pretty cool. I would say when I won Homecoming King, like same kind of similar. You said, we celebrate each other's wins, but it was just like, to have somebody who cares about me winning more than I cared about winning myself was very nice. What is the small tradition or habit we have that always brings us back to each other?
Yeah. You do that on purpose.
Yeah.
Christmas Eve. I know this is really like stupid, but Christmas Eve for us is all about movies. Like we'll go hang out with our family, but we really make time for each other afterwards. And it's like the late hours of the night and we're watching some really old puppet style Christmas movie. But we've done it every year since we moved out.
Every year?
Yeah. Every year since we moved out, we've come back from seeing our families for Christmas Eve and just spent time with each other. And that is like my most favorite tradition that we have because it's so simple, but it's really our time to just accept the fact that we're together and with each other outside of everyone else.
It's legit. I do love those movies.
So, if someone watched us together for 5 minutes, what would they notice first?
I knew you could have picked this question. Oh, man. If someone were to watch us for 5 minutes, which 5 minutes is the real question? Oh, my gosh. I don't know. I think something, Kelsey always says this about us, is like the way that I look at you is like, you could just tell I think the world of you and that we really love each other. And like, I know we do that fake argue thing all the time. Like we're just like razzing on each other. But again, like people just don't even your mom sometimes thinks we're really arguing, but like to have, that I'm joking and that I know that, all that stuff that we're just joking around, that like, it's either that we love each other or that we're just the best of friends. It's like, I don't know, depending on whoever is watching, how their mind works, but it's just like, even if it looks serious, like we know it's not serious. So like, I think it really depends on the person, but that we're just madly in love or that we're just the best of friends. I think
and everything's a joke.
Yeah, everything's a joke. But that's what I'm saying. But that's what you do with your friends. Mm-hmm. It's either your best friend, everything's a joke, nothing serious. And I'm already a jokester, so, barely anything is serious with me as it is. So,
when you look at who you are today, what has shaped you most that people may not see?
I think something you used to say to me all the time is that I'm not emotional. And obviously people who really know me do know I tend to not show my emotions a lot of the times. So like, it's too hard to pick like one particular event, but stuff does heavily affect me. So like, obviously with your whole epilepsy thing, like, not that I wasn't emotional, like clearly I was worried and all that stuff, but like, I really only showed like raw emotion like that around certain people who really understand it. And it's funny because you don't remember, but one time when we were at the hospital, I told you like Shane, my younger brother Shane, your best friend, besides me, of course, was there, and I just started crying, like, because it was just like seeing you in that state. Obviously, it wasn't their first seizure, but it's never easy, and it never got easier. It's still not easy. I'm still scared to ever see you have a seizure. But yeah, I just think a lot of things have happened to me, just whatever they are, that have affected me strongly, and whether it's good or bad, like, I do feel strongly, and just because I don't show it outwardly doesn't mean it hasn't changed me in other ways. So like, whether that's how I act towards other people or how I have to carry myself going forward. So I think, just any strong emotional event. I can't pick one, but I gave you the epilepsy example, but yeah, just how I take how things make me feel and change how I am going forward. And then, when you look at who you are today, what has shaped you the most that people may not see?
Well, I hate to pick what you picked, but like being diagnosed with epilepsy a couple years ago really changed a lot for me, because like your sense of independence like goes out the window at first. Like it started with losing my license because I wasn't allowed to drive, and then like I couldn't even sit in my own office at work. I had to sit with my boss just in case like anything bad happened. And like I think for me, that really showed me like it really does take a village no matter how old you are. Like it's not just about kids, and that follows you throughout your whole life. And I think that shaped me because it really opened my eyes to the fact that you may not realize it, but everyone is in your corner. Like family, friends, aunts, uncles. And I think the hardest part about that was realizing like you don't have to do it alone. You're like never alone in that type of situation. So that definitely shaped over, and that wasn't even that long ago. That was what, 3-4 years, not even 2-3 years ago. And in 2-3 years, I've changed so much in understanding the fact that I don't have to be Superwoman. Like I can lean on my village and lean on my people, you included. Like you stepped up so much throughout that whole thing and really took care of me, and I really appreciate that. So it definitely shaped who I am today in the sense that it made me realize that I don't have to be Superwoman, and I think that was the hardest part for me.
I get that.
What responsibility feels heaviest for you right now?
I knew you were going to pick this question. Oh, man. I think just being a good husband at this point. Like, I feel like I've said this like a number of times, but just going through life, as a man, period, as a black man, period. And then, obviously we've dated forever. So like, it's one thing to like, have a partner and be like their boyfriend. And, like in the early stages, it's more just like, hey, I like you a lot and I want to support you. And like, hopefully we can make it work. Obviously that was never my intention. Plan to marry you day one. But yeah, I think obviously as that gets more serious and then it does transform from just a relationship to a partnership with marriage. Again, like, we were married, we had the apartment, we got the dog, typical kind of like steps throughout life, but now we got the house. And now it's like, okay, like it's not just, oh, let's pay the rent and let's buy the dog food. It's like your car good, my car good, the dog's good. This messed up at the house. I got to make sure I'm not doing nothing crazy at work to get me fired. Because if I get fired, now how's that going to affect Dana and stuff? So just making sure I'm on my P's and Q's, I would say mostly, and just obviously like that doesn't eliminate the other duties, but like, we've already talked about just like supporting each other and our wins and our losses, but just making sure like not only are you good, but make sure myself is good. Like, so like I can do those things and be those things for you. And then Now, that being said, what responsibility feels heaviest for you right now?
I think for me, it's not the financial part because like you mentioned, like it's a partnership, but you really do take on the financial responsibility for both of us. So for me, it's like responsibility heaviest for me is making sure like you're okay, like mentally throughout everything. Like you were raised by your grandparents and now you're like returning the favor and making sure they're good. But like for me, it's making sure you're good. Like you are moving up in positions in your job, you're taking care of your grandparents, you're mentoring your brother, whether you realize it or not. Like you're the middle child, but you and Shane have such a great rapport that you're taking care of him in a sense too. So for me, that responsibility is making sure you're taking care of your mental health. You're taking care of yourself in the midst of like taking care of everybody else because you really do take on that role of like support for everyone, not just me, but your family, your friends, like even Dee and Danira and Jaquan and Kelsey, you are constantly making sure we're all good, checking in on people like Octavius. The two of you support each other so much. But I think sometimes you forget to take care of you. So for me, it's making sure like, hey, did you eat today? And it's something so simple, but like,
Nah, you're right.
did you eat? Like, did you check in with yourself? Did you go work out at the gym? Did you take a moment to just breathe and just be with yourself? Because you're always ripping and running everywhere, even though I'm the same way. But just for me, it's making sure you're good, especially like in this crazy time that we're in, the economy, the world. Are you checking in with yourself and making sure you're able to take care of you and not just everybody else?
100%. All right. What do you want me to understand about you in this season of our life? Yeah, I know you're pretty good.
I'm trying. I might not be where I want to be exactly, but I really am trying, like for both of us, in the sense that I might not be the healthiest right now. It's way better, but I'm able to take care of myself and I'm able to kind of like push through. But I don't want you to feel like it's all on you. So, yeah, I'm trying. That's what I really want you to understand. Like, I'm trying for both of us.
Well, I feel that. I get that, babe. It's all right.
Ew.
Tissue.
Yes, please. Thanks. So, what do you want me to understand about you in this season of life?
I think something similar, but I got us is probably the best like shorthand version I could use for it. So, I mean, as you already said, like I'm not a big risk taker, so like I hate to be unprepared. Obviously, again with the house, there's things I did not foresee happening, but I'm also very calm and collected with a lot of things where it's like I don't really think anything is outside of my capabilities. So it's like even if like I feel like I'm falling up short somewhere, like you don't have to worry, like I'll figure it out. It might not be right now, it might not be in a week, but you know, if it takes a month, it takes 6 months, whatever, like we'll get where we'll get where we gotta be, and you don't have to worry, like stress about anything. Like even if it's something just regards to you, like you always have me here, like you said, you're trying, like if I can try to help you get whatever you're trying to do done or get wherever you got to be, we'll get there. I got you. Like, and again, like, and it's not even about like me, like taking the lead or anything, like just knowing like you have me as support. And it's just like, and I was, like you said, it's with everybody, but you specifically, like you're not in this alone. Like, and I know sometimes people don't want help. And so it's like,
Me.
I'm a team player. So like, whatever you need me to do, I'll do it. And sometimes if I feel like, you're not going hard enough and maybe you need the extra support and you're just a little bit stubborn, not asking for it, I'll do what I got to do. But again, I'll do it in a way where, it's just to help you out. And then if that's ever an issue, like I hope you say something, but just know it's not out of like I'm trying to control everything. It's just, I'm just trying to help. Like I just know what needs, like what you need or what I feel like you need.
You know me better than I know myself sometimes.
Yeah, I got you. Like, and like, in the same way, like, if you're like, sometimes you're just like frustrated, you just want to vent and you're like, bro, can I just complain? I'm like, I got you good. like that's just like my mindset with everything. Like if something needs to get done, all you got to do is say something. I'll do my best to do what has to be done.
Oh, thanks. What is something you've prayed about for me quietly?
I knew you were going to say that. I would probably say peace of mind. I think, again, with the epilepsy thing, stress being one of your main triggers was not a coincidence. Yeah, and like you said, like just being like healthier version of yourself, like that was always my hope for you. It was like, and like I said, just not that you're by yourself. Like if you needed any support, whether if it's for me to shut up, like, and that's cool. Like, yeah, just peace of mind. Like I think you do a lot more for other people than you do for yourself a lot of times, and I'm not quiet about that, but a lot of times you worry yourself so crazy worrying about yourself and other people that your mind can't shut off. And it's just like, it's always like worried about this thing or the next thing. So very often I'm like, just give her peace of mind, Lord. Like she just needs to relax. Like, and again, to my previous point, like I got you. Like if you want to go take a nap because you just need a break, but you want to get some other thing done, I can do the other thing. Like, it's cool. Like, if that's what you need to do to have peace of mind, and anyway, I hope the Lord moves me in a way that he shows me ways I can be a source of that peace of mind for you is pretty much always what I pray over for with you is peace of mind. Because you be moving a mile a minute and you can't handle it a lot of the time.
I know. I'm working on it.
What part of me do you understand now that you may not have before?
You feel things intensely.
100%.
Whether you show it or not. Like, but it's always after the fact. And I think that's what's funny. Like, in the moment, you're very much a protector for everybody else. And like, you're just, I have to get this done. I'm going to be there for everybody, whether it's me, your grandparents, your siblings, your aunts. Like, you're in the moment going to make sure everybody else is good. And then when you get the time to process, you really do feel a lot and you think about a lot and you're constantly like in your brain. But I think what's funny about that is before, I used to say all the time, you're so unemotional. But it's not that you're unemotional. You're just quiet because you're constantly just thinking and thinking and thinking. And I think for you, it's like processing. So for me to say I understand that now that I didn't understand before, because we've been together for like almost 11 years now. And I want to say in the last 5 is when I really started to realize, like, you do feel intensely about a lot. You might not say it, but you genuinely feel deeply for people and you want their best interests 9 times out of 10.
100%. I just want to add to it because a lot of times when you see it, it's a boil over.
Yeah.
At that point.
At that point, you're just letting everything out.
Yeah, and I think everybody make fun of me for crying at the rehearsal dinner for our wedding. But when I talked to, I think D afterwards, or maybe it was Jack. I think it was Jack. But he was, we were just talking on the phone casually. He was like, "Dang, bro, you was really crying." I was like, yeah, but but notice when I cried, it was when I went to thank everybody, and it was like, I just like, as I was looking at everybody, it was like, dang, like there was so
your village.
Not even the village necessarily, but just like I saw all those times where like I was mad, I was sad. And somebody was like, "Come on, bro, let's just go do this." Like, or you got to get out the room, whatever. And just every time people, but I guess what you said is right. Just every time they were there for me when I was, and like, not that I wasn't there for them, but it was just like, I never said anything about it. And it like a lot of that stuff goes unsaid a lot of the times because you do just want to be there for people. So it was like at that time, I'm like literally looking them in the eye and thanking them when I was feeling so intensely before, and they got that intensity down and I never said anything about it. Like, oh, hey, not even just like, hey, bro, I appreciate you. Like, you know, us going to the gym yesterday, like I was really like upset or whatever, or I was really angry, and that was my time to do it. But to see everybody there at one time, I was like, oh, it's too much. I was like, it's too much. And like, I just like that feeling literally overtook me. That's literally what crying is. But like,
Would you say it was like gratitude in a sense?
no, 100% was gratitude. That's what I'm saying. Like, and that's what I like. People a lot of times think crying is just like, it's a sadness. Yeah, it's not a sadness. Like I was literally overwhelmed in joy, like looking at all my friends and family. And it wasn't even just like recently, like just throughout my life, like when stuff was hard. And it was just like, dang, but y'all got me through that. And like, look at where I am now. I'm about to be married to, again, a God-fearing woman. And that's something I do think that was actually a really big deal for me, that you fear God the way you do. Like, especially like, thinking about my grandma, because that was one thing when I looked at her, was just like, then growing up Christian, like it was always like, I couldn't even imagine, like it was so ingrained in who I was. It was just like, I couldn't imagine like being with someone who doesn't believe in God. And it was like, and I know Pastor, when we had our premarital counseling, mentioned that too. He was like, not only do you have someone who fears God, but fears the same God you fear. And I was like, damn. And I was like, yeah, and like, I don't think you realize like how big a deal that is. Like, and we already asked the prayed over question. It's like, you know, everybody has their own relationship with God and everything, but it was just like, at that point, I really looked out and realized like, damn, I'm blessed. Like, and then like, and having you next to me, like I was crying in your arms. Like, so it was just like, it was a lot. It was a lot for sure. 100%. But it was it was a happy moment. And like, I think V asked me afterwards, she was like, are you sad? I was like, no, I'm ecstatic. Like, I'm so happy. Like, I just couldn't believe how happy I was, like looking out and thanking everybody. So, you know, they still make fun of me. They'll never get it. It's, you know, it's going to be one of those things. It's like all the guys are just going to be like, bro, you was crying. I was just like, whatever, bro.
For you, it meant something.
No, but yeah, but it's funny though, because it's like one of those things. It's like, it's still a point of joy at the end of the day. It's like, yeah, it's like, it's a bonding moment now between us. Like, yeah, I was crying, and it's like, they're making fun of me for crying, but it was just like, yeah, bro. But I honestly don't even care that you're making fun of me, because it was like, you're making fun of me. Like, you making fun of me is the whole reason I was crying. Like, there was times I probably was upset and you made some dumb joke that made me laugh, and now like, look at where you are, like how much you up here. So yes, it's a lot, but you can see my emotions coming out because I keep talking. But yeah, that was cool. That was cool.
What helps you breathe well, and how can I protect that for you?
Breathe well, shit. I mean, my inhaler, for one.
You are so corny.
Oh man, that was a good one. That was a good one. Yeah, just keep that thing on you though.
It's in my car.
Oh man, that was a good one, y'all. What helps you breathe well? I'm gonna keep coming back to this. I think it's just knowing that you especially are good. like after your whole epilepsy thing, the fact that your first one happened when we were asleep, and knowing how heavy of a sleeper I used to be, is like, it's like, I can't even describe how light I sleep now. Cause I'm just, anytime you bump me, I'm like, what, you good? You good? So like, and then like, and even when you're up, like, I'm always just like on go now. So like, but again, half of that is like knowing that you're doing everything that you need to do. And then honestly, again, not just you, but everybody's just okay. Like, you might not be doing the best. You might not be doing the worst, but if you're okay, I'm okay. And that's everybody in my life. So just keep being okay. That's all I can say. It's like, like I said, and if you're not okay, just say something. If I can help you be okay, it don't gotta be nothing serious. Like I said, like there's times we was in school, I don't remember what was going on, but D was just like, bro, I just feel like I'm stuck, like I'm doing the same thing day in, day out. He was like, can we just go get something to eat? And I was like, yeah. He didn't have no car. I had my car at school. Mm-hmm. And he's like, bro, can I drive? And I was like, I like people drive my car. But I'm like, bro, if that's what you need right now to feel like you're not stuck in whatever hamster wheel you're stuck on, fine. Mm-hmm. He was driving my car a little bit. I don't drive my car the way he was driving my car. And I was like, come on, bro. But I was told myself, keep your mouth shut, bro. Like, if that's like, I wasn't breathing well at the moment, but again, afterwards, he was like, thanks, bro. Like, and I don't remember what we got, but we got like some fast food or something. And then we got back to school. Literally, it was just a ride to the store and back. And he just wanted to drive to break whatever monotony he was in. And he was like, yo, thanks, bro. I really needed that. And I was like, all right. Like, so all that angst I was feeling was just went out the window because I know he was all right. And again, that's everybody. Like you said, like, I think a lot of times I am that way though, because people around me, I notice, tend to act on raw emotion. I argue with Shane about this tooth and nail. But I was like, I just don't believe you act on raw emotion. I don't care if you disagree, but I always been a strong believer that you think before you act. You can be super mad, super happy, whatever it is, but any action that before it happens crosses your mind. It runs through your mind, and you have to make a conscious decision once that thought runs through to act on it. So I think that's why just being okay is all it takes for me, is because it's like, it only takes one thing to happen to take you from bad to worse. And it's like, if you making a conscious decision to not do something to make it go from bad to worse, it's like, I kind of like, I'm already going to like pull back. Cause it's like, bro, I'm here to help you not go to worse. And you're making a decision to go to worse. So like, I mean, you get mad at me all the time. I know you do. But I was like, you'd be like, I'm cool. I don't know why you ain't bring a jacket. like, can I borrow your jacket?
No.
And no, I say no, but I give you my jacket every time because I'd rather be cold and be okay than have you be, cold and not okay. So that's all it takes for me, really. What helps you breathe well, and how can I help protect that for you?
I'm big on my village as of lately. And for me, my village keeps me grounded, whether that's my cousins, my mother, my father, Jill, Ron, you, like Amber. My village is really what keeps me, I don't know if stable is the word, but I really think that for me, it's stability. They're the ones that remind me, like, stop, slow down, think, breathe. Mm-hmm. Not everything has to be, oh my God, I have to do this right now. I have to figure this out right now. Or somebody else is going through something and I'm like, I can fix it. Yeah. No.
Everything doesn't have to be okay
all the time.
Yeah.
And I think like the village for me is a reminder that, and I said this earlier, you do not have to go through anything alone, but also my village reminds me I cannot fix everyone's problem. And that's where
I tell you that all the time.
I know. And you, all of you, Jill, Amber, you guys are constantly reminding me everyone's problem is not for me to fix. Some people have to go through the trenches because it's a part of their story. And I might not like seeing them go through that, but it's not for me to fix. And I think a way you can help me protect that is just to remind me, like, again, you're not alone. Like, you have people in your corner. And I think what's funny about this, I was in church this morning and the sermon was about help. And I think it's hilarious because Dr. Pauline Moore looked me dead in the eye at one point and was like, you're allowed. And I literally was like, is she looking at me? But it was all about help in the sense that you can ask for help, but it's also okay to sometimes deny people's access to you. I have a very big problem giving people so much access to me.
Oh, yeah.
And I think the way you can help me protect that is to remind me, like Dana, like you said, peace of mind. Protect your peace. Just because they're your friend doesn't mean you always have to do everything for them or go the extra mile. Because for me, not everybody goes the extra mile for me.
They don't.
And it's just like, remind me that I don't have to do that. Because for me, I'm always just like, I have to do it. I have to help them. It's the right thing to do. But you protect me by reminding me that I don't have to be that person for everyone. I will always be that person for you. I don't want you to like forget that. But that's different. But when it comes to other people, I do not have to be the one to be like, let me help you. I'm here for you. Because that's not always reciprocated. And sometimes that sucks.
No, it sucks all the time.
Yeah, but
and that happens to me all the time.
Yeah, you always remind me that I don't have to be that person.
But that's what I'm saying, though. Is like when that happens, like, and I'm not gonna lie. This is like I think I said it earlier. Like that's one of those skills where it's just like you gotta be cool, being like, all right, like,
yeah,
like, hey, if I want to help you be okay, and you don't want to let me help you, or you don't want me to help you, either way, I don't care. But in that same vein, don't come complaining to me about how you chose
to do XYZ.
to do XYZ to make it worse. Like I offered to help you be okay and you denied my help. So again, if you just
the hard part is like understanding that you can't fix everybody.
I didn't say I could fix it. I asked if I could help. That's what I'm saying. And I think that's like a big difference too a lot of the time. It's like it's not a problem that you offer your help. I mean, obviously sometimes it is. But it's when if you're going to offer your help, you have to also be comfortable drawing a line at where your help is like being taken advantage of. Because some people do just do that. They just complain and they be like, oh, I need help with this. I need help with this. And I'm like, oh, well, if you need X, if you need X or Y, I can help you with that. I don't know if I can help you with Z right now, but like, maybe in a couple of weeks or, blah, 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 I can maybe help you with Z, but not right now. And like, but you just say, how can I help? And then someone gives you X, Y, Z and you're like, okay. Yeah. And it's like, so like I said, like I don't think that's ever a bad thing is trying to help, especially the people you care about.
The people pleasing, that's the problem.
Yeah. I think you want to help so bad and because you care so much. And that's, again, it's a good thing that you don't ever draw the line. And it's like, and certain people know you won't draw the line, and then they're just going to take advantage of that. And then, but again, after the first time, you should know the next time they're not gonna respect any line. Like, because I'm somebody who like I'll gladly take your help, but I'm gonna draw the line before you might not draw the line at Z, but I'm gonna cut it off at Y. I'm like, hey, just help me with X. I'll be cool here. And then I'll figure out Y and Z later. Or like maybe someone else already asked to help me with this and like I already said that they can help me with this. It's fine. Like, so I think that's a big deal too. Is just like help yourself because like just know who you're dealing with almost is a better thing. But I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna tell you. I'm blunt like that. Because my grandma always say, so you're just so dry. Because I just say what it is. Like,
say whatever comes to your mind.
Yeah, but save me the time. And again, sometimes that hurts people's feelings too. And like, not that you should want to hurt people's feelings. I don't want to hurt people's feelings, but sometimes that's just how you have to hear it, or that's just how I feel. And like, a lot of times there's no extra emotions behind what I say other than the words that I mean to say. So like, I say what I meant what I said. If you don't like it, you don't have to listen to them or take them into consideration or whatever, but that's just how it is.
In one sentence, what shifted for you today?
One sentence that shifted for me today was, I knew this guy really well, but today kind of solidified the fact that we really understand each other for who we are.
One sentence that shifted for me today was, I guess, I'm trying to word it correctly. So I guess how stressed you are trying. Like I really didn't put much. Not that I didn't know it was hard, but I didn't know